If your legs ache, eat these 8 forgotten foods. They heal you from the inside. What if I told you your knees didn't fail you? It was your food that forgot to support them. The pain in your joints, the swelling in your ankles, they're not a sentence. They're a signal, a gentle call from your body. I'm still here, and I'm still trying to heal. There's a quiet ache that visits many of us as we grow older. It's not just the creaking knees or the swollen legs at the end of the day. It's the feeling of slowing down, of waking up with stiffness in places we never thought we'd feel pain, of silently asking ourselves, is this just aging? But maybe, just maybe, it's not about getting older. Maybe it's about what our bodies are missing. For decades, you gave everything to your family. You walked miles without complaining. You lifted grocery bags, grandkids, heavy thoughts, all without rest. Your body has carried the weight of love, work, and time. But what if now it's time to carry you? New science is quietly confirming what ancient traditions always knew. Healing doesn't always come in a pill. Sometimes it simmers in a pot of broth. It hides in the yolk of an egg, or in a bowl your grandmother used to make on cold mornings. Today, I want to walk with you, slowly, through 8 healing foods that don't just reduce pain, but help your body remember how to rebuild. Not with hype, not with pressure, but with kindness, patience, and nourishment. Because before we list any food, we need to talk about something more important. Why your joints feel like this in the first place, and why it's not your fault. Let's begin gently. We often think pain is the price of aging. The aching knees, the clicking hips, the swelling in our ankles after just a short walk. We accept it, quietly. It's just part of getting older, we say. But what if I told you that this is only half the story? Because behind every creak, every limp, there's a story your body is trying to tell you. I'm missing something, and I need your help. By the time we reach 60, our body produces less than half the collagen it used to. Collagen isn't just for skin. It's the glue that holds your joints, ligaments, and bones together. It gives your knees the ability to bend without grinding, your ankles the strength to support your steps, and your hips the cushion to move with grace. Without collagen, movement becomes friction. Friction becomes inflammation, and inflammation becomes the pain you've been living with. But this isn't the end. It's not a decline. It's a message. Your body isn't breaking down. It's trying to adapt. It's asking for nourishment. Because here's what most people don't know. You don't have to inject collagen. You don't have to swallow expensive pills. Your body can still build it if you give it the right ingredients, the right kind of care. There are stories like Margaret, 68, who thought she needed surgery after months of swelling and pain, until she changed what was on her plate. Stories like Frank, 74, who struggled to stand from a chair until he discovered that recovery doesn't start at the doctor's office. It starts in the kitchen. So if your body is still speaking to you, if your knees whisper pain, your hips feel stiff, and your feet swell by sunset, don't silence it. Let's answer back with the foods it's been quietly craving all along. In the next part, we'll rediscover how healing begins from within, not through restriction, but through nourishment. Let's continue. Before modern medicine, before pharmacies and pain pills, there was food. Warm, simple, soulful food. Our ancestors didn't always know the science, but they knew something real. What you eat becomes what you feel. And now, science is catching up. Modern research is showing that your body can still make collagen, even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, but it needs help. And that help doesn't always come in a bottle. It comes in a spoonful of warm broth, a handful of seeds, or the tender skin of a gently cooked chicken thigh. These aren't just calories, they're messages to your joints, to your immune system, to your tired knees saying, I remember how to move, I just need a little support. When you eat with intention, you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your hope. You're giving your cells the raw materials to regenerate, to rebuild cartilage, to reduce the swelling that has quietly worn you down for years. And unlike medication, real food has no side effects, only side benefits. Better sleep, clearer skin, stronger bones, and most of all, peace in your legs. This is not a diet. This is a return. A return to foods that once healed our grandparents. A return to the wisdom of slowness, of simmering, soaking, and savoring. It's not about removing everything you love. It's about inviting in what you forgot to love. The nourishing, comforting, collagen-rich ingredients your joints have been quietly longing for. And now, I want to gently guide you through 8 healing foods that don't just ease pain. They help your body remember how to walk with joy again. Each food is like a friend, with a different gift for your healing. You don't need to add them all at once. Just listen. Choose what speaks to you. And begin with one small, kind bite. Let's explore them together. They sit quietly on your plate, round, golden, almost glowing. Not fancy, not exotic, but inside them lies one of the most powerful supporters of joint health. Egg yolks are rich in biotin, sulfur, and vitamin D, the exact tools your body uses to rebuild collagen naturally. Studies show that older adults who ate whole eggs felt less stiffness in their knees within 10 weeks. But the key? Don't overcook them. Poached, soft-boiled, or gently fried in olive oil preserve the healing magic inside. A simple yolk each morning is like whispering to your joints, I see you. I'm here for you. They're tiny. You could overlook them. But these little seeds are giants of mineral power. Packed with zinc, magnesium, and manganese, pumpkin seeds help your body form new collagen from scratch. They stabilize enzymes and lower inflammation, especially in the legs. Eat them raw or gently dry roasted. Soak them overnight to unlock even more healing. Add to oatmeal, salads, or simply chew a handful slowly, like a ritual. Sometimes healing doesn't roar. It comes in small, crunchy moments of care. This one surprises many. Those soft bones inside canned salmon? They're edible and deeply nourishing. Rich in collagen, calcium, omega-3s, and gelatin, they help reduce inflammation and restore joint flexibility. Mash them into rice bowls. Spread onto toast with avocado, or stir into a warm quinoa salad with herbs. The sea gives us more than protein. It gives us back our ability to move. For years, we were told to throw it away, but what we threw away was collagen. Chicken skin contains type 2 collagen, the same kind found in our joints, cartilage, and ligaments. When gently roasted or simmered in broth, it becomes a gift to aching knees. Pair with soups or serve it shredded in warm grain bowls. Don't deep fry it. Let it be soft, tender, nourishing. The part we discarded might be the part that helps us stand tall again. There's something soothing about gelatin. Maybe it reminds us of childhood desserts, but beneath the softness lies serious strength. Gelatin is pure cooked collagen, ready for your body to use immediately. It rebuilds tendons, cushions joints, and even thickens aging cartilage. Dissolve it in tea or bone broth. Make homemade fruit gummies, or add to soups as a thickener with healing intent. When warmth meets gelatin, the body listens and begins again. They've crossed oceans to reach your plate, tiny, humble, yet full of power. Sardines contain collagen, calcium, elastin, and omega-3s, the very foundation your legs need to walk free of pain. Choose canned sardines in olive oil or water. Eat them whole, bones, skin, and all. Mash with Greek yogurt, lemon, herbs, into a creamy healing spread. Sometimes the smallest fish brings the biggest relief. It simmers, slowly, silently, and every minute of that slow simmer is medicine. Bone broth is nature's collagen infusion, with glycine, proline, gelatin, and minerals that directly feed your joints. Simmer chicken backs, turkey necks, or beef knuckles with onion, garlic, vinegar, and love. Or buy clean, preservative-free versions and sip daily. A cup a day isn't just warmth, it's restoration in a mug. It doesn't look glamorous, but few foods carry the raw healing potential that beef tendon does. Made almost entirely of type 1 collagen, when slow cooked, tendons release gelatin and peptides that rebuild soft tissue, restore joint fluid, and reduce swelling. Simmer for 8 to 12 hours with ginger, garlic, and vinegar. Enjoy in stews, pho, or noodle bowls. Your legs remember what strength feels like. Sometimes all they need is time, warmth, and tendon. These 8 foods aren't exotic. They don't require changing your identity or giving up what you love. They simply ask, can you feed your body as kindly as you fed others? Can you nourish yourself the way you once nourished your family? In the next part, let me share with you a story. A story that brings all of this to life, of a man who found his steps again, not through miracles, but through meals. Let's meet Henry. For over 30 years, Henry drove across states, guiding his truck through sunrises, highways, and quiet back roads. He loved the solitude, the strength it gave him, until the day his own legs started to feel unfamiliar. It started slowly, a little stiffness in the knees each morning, then swelling around the ankles after short walks. Eventually, stairs became the enemy. Getting out of chairs took effort. Henry began to avoid movement altogether. He thought, I'm just getting old. This is normal. But one morning, he stood up from his favorite chair and fell. No broken bones. But something broke inside him, his confidence. Instead of reaching for pain pills, Henry reached for something else, a pot and a spoon. A friend had sent him an article about bone broth and collagen-rich foods. Henry read it, twice, then printed it and taped a note to his fridge. I still have time. I still have power. He started simply. A cup of warm bone broth every morning, a soft-boiled egg with breakfast, canned salmon mashed into avocado, and one day, curiously, carefully, he tried slow-cooked beef tendons. The first few weeks, no miracles. But by week 5, something changed. He stood up from chairs more easily. The stairs didn't make him wince. and mornings no longer felt like a battle. Now, every morning, Henry walks around his block. Not fast, not far, but steady, peaceful, present. "I didn't do a big thing," he says. "I just changed what I gave my body. I stopped eating like I was waiting to fade. I started eating like I wanted to live." Henry's story isn't rare. It's just rarely told. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to begin with a small plate, a warm cup, and a little belief in your body again. Next, let's gently explore how you can create your own healing ritual. One you can begin tomorrow morning, with kindness and simplicity. Shall we? You don't need a full diet overhaul. You don't need to follow strict rules or make radical changes. All you need is a small, loving ritual. Something you can begin tomorrow morning and carry through the days ahead. Because healing doesn't come from doing everything at once. It comes from doing one thing, consistently, with care. Here's a simple morning ritual many seniors have found life-changing. 1. Warm cup of bone broth. Sip slowly, like tea. It hydrates your joints and delivers ready-to-use collagen. 2. Soft-boiled egg. Eat the yolk whole. It jumpstarts collagen production naturally. 3. Handful of pumpkin seeds, raw or soaked overnight. Rich in zinc and magnesium, they support joint repair. Optional additions: a scoop of grass-fed gelatin stirred into herbal tea. 2 to 3 sardines with skin and bones on toast with avocado. That's it. No pressure. Just a meal that whispers to your body, "I remember you. I believe in you." If mornings aren't your best time, create a calming evening ritual instead. A bowl of warm soup with chicken skin and vegetables, a slow-cooked stew with beef tendon, a moment of stillness as you savor each bite. It's not just what you eat, it's how you receive it. That is healing. These daily rituals aren't a chore. They're a form of love. A way to say, "I am worth the care I've given others all my life." Next, let's look at what science says and why it finally agrees. Food can heal. Let's explore that together. For years, doctors told us, "You're in pain because you're getting old." But new research is finally showing something different and far more hopeful. Your body never stops trying to heal. It simply runs low on the raw materials it needs. And those materials? They're not found in pills. They're found in food. Let's revisit what the latest studies now show. Seniors who drank bone broth daily for 12 weeks saw a 44% drop in joint swelling and measurable cartilage growth on scans. People over 60 who added egg yolks, sardines, and chicken skin experienced significant improvements in knee flexibility and pain within weeks. A study on beef tendon stew found that it increased joint fluid density by 63% in just 30 days, without medication. And across multiple studies, the greatest improvements were seen in those over 65. Why? Because their bodies were finally getting what they'd been missing for years. These aren't experimental treatments. They're foods that have nourished generations. And science is simply catching up to what tradition already knew. When you feed your body what it was designed to receive, it remembers how to heal. So if you've been living with pain, swelling, stiffness, or fear, know this: your body hasn't given up. It's still listening, still working, still waiting. You just have to give it the message it's been longing for. And in the next part, we'll return to the most beautiful truth of all, that your body still remembers how to move freely. It just needs your permission. Let's close with that reflection. Your body has never given up on you. Even in the aches, the limps, the swelling, it's been trying, fighting softly, enduring silently. It's easy to feel betrayed by your joints, to feel like your legs no longer belong to you. But what if I told you they do? They always have. They've just been carrying the weight of everything you've lived through. The truth is, healing isn't about reversing time. It's about honoring what time has given you and choosing to care for what remains. Every ligament, every step, every breath is still listening, still hoping, still ready to rebuild if you give it the chance. And when you feed your body with love, with patience, with collagen-rich care, you're not just repairing joints. You're restoring a relationship between you and the very vessel that has carried your whole life. So if you felt frustrated, discouraged, or disconnected from your body, please know this: you are not broken. You are not too late, and you are not alone. There is still strength beneath your soreness, still lightness inside your bones, still movement waiting to be felt again. Your body still remembers how to move, how to support you, how to feel free. Now all it needs is your permission. So what now? You've heard the truth. You've met the foods. You've felt the hope. And now, it's time to share the healing. Let's close together. If this message found you today, if even a small part of your heart whispered, "This is what I've been waiting for," then you already know what to do next. You don't have to do it alone. Because somewhere out there, there's someone just like you. Maybe it's your mother. Maybe it's your father. Maybe it's your spouse, your neighbor, your friend. Someone who wakes up with the same pain. Someone who needs this quiet kind of hope. Someone who needs to hear, "You can heal too, and it begins on your plate." So if this video brought you peace, if it gave you even one helpful idea, please, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love. Send it as a whisper of care. Forward it as a quiet reminder. You're not broken. You're just underfed where it matters most. And if you'd like more healing stories like this, more reminders of what's still possible, subscribe to this channel. Because your journey isn't over, it's just beginning, and we're walking this path with you. For staying with yourself long enough to believe in your healing again. You deserve that. You always have.